Unity. Yeah. One body, one mind. One mind, one spirit. One spirit, one mind. Gotta make the world feel it. One body, one mind. One mind, one spirit. One spirit, one mind. Gotta make the world feel it. One body, one mind. One mind, one spirit. One spirit, one mind. Gotta make the world feel it. Feel it. Gotta make the world feel it. Feel it. Yeah. Gotta make the world feel it.
One body, one mind.
Hey, shalom, family. Most High in Christ bless you all. Happy Sabbath. For those listening online, Most High in Christ bless you all too. Happy Sabbath. Today's class is entitled Proverbs 31 or 31 Problems. What's called the marriage matrix reloaded.
Yeah, man, Bishop, so what you saying, yeah, man, either they're going to about to experience Proverbs 31 or they're about to do what?
Get 31 problems.
Get 31 Proverbs.
Now watch this. You know, Deacon, you said something in your prayer that struck me about the word of healing. And I wasn't going to start here, but being that you said it, it struck me on a chord. Let's see. Let's find out if we love God. Matthew 11. Watch this real quick. Matthew 11, and I want verses. Start with verse 4.
Yes, sir. Matthew chapter 11 and verse 4. Jesus answered and said unto them, Go and show John again those things which ye do hear and see. The blind receive the sight, and the lame walk. The lepers are cleansed, and the deaf hear. The dead are raised up, and the poor have the gospel preached to them.
So he was telling them to go and heal the people. The lame, the poor, the deaf are us. We're those people that are broken. And our job, you men, is to heal them. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing about healing. You can't heal somebody who don't want to be healed. It doesn't work. They have to have a willing spirit. Look what the next verse says.
Verse 6, and blessed is he whosoever shall not be offended in me.
So when these classes come out, I'm directing to you sisters right now because the class is going to be talking to you. If you find in your spirit, and this is for you to reconcile within yourselves, when you hear the word of God come out, if it in any way irritates you, you got a problem with God. You cannot be offended. And you brothers too, we cannot be offended when these scriptures come out. They're there to heal us. Everybody understand that? Yes, sir. Watch this. Go to Psalms 119, 165. Listen to what it says here.
The book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 165.
Start with verse 164.
164. 7 times a day do I praise thee because of thy righteous judgments.
How many of us think like that? We praise God because of his righteous judgment. Thanking God for his righteous judgments. Read on.
Great peace have they which love thy law.
You understand that? Great peace have they that love the law. So let's understand, loving the laws of God equals peace. So, sidebar, in relationships, in marriages, friendships, if there's no peace, that means one or two people don't love God. You understand that? So if you find yourself in this circular argument over and over again, same retention. I'm talking about marriages now. Because in friendships, you could just, I can't mess with you. But in marriage, you got to come home to him or her. If you find yourself in circular arguments, meaning reoccurring arguments year in, year out, it doesn't change, somebody don't love the Lord. Because with loving the Lord brings peace. You understand it, right? They come hand in hand. Read on. Read that again.
Yes, sir. Psalms 119, verse 165. Great peace have they which love thy law, and nothing shall offend them.
And nothing is going to offend them in God's laws. God's laws, his scriptures, is to help reveal the things in which we're lacking. Everybody follow along. All scriptures are given by the inspiration of God, is profitable for reproof, for instruction in righteousness. So if you hear the word of God and in your spirit, not outwardly, but inwardly, it bothers you, you got to really reconcile yourself. Do you really love God? It says, great peace have they that love the law, and nothing shall offend them. Watch this. Read on.
Verse 166. Lord, I have hoped for thy salvation and done thy commandments.
So for all of us, we hope for salvation. We're hoping that we can receive salvation. But the next part says what? And done thy commandments, because you was not offended in it. Read on.
My soul have kept thy testimonies, and I love them exceedingly.
You got to love them exceedingly. Man, when it begins to reveal parts of us that is hidden away deep down in those spirits, parts of us that we know is not right with God, when it reveals to us and shows us, we love it. That's why he says, blessed is them that's not offended in me. Correction is grievous for them that forsaketh the way. Y'all following? That's between you and God. That's something that bounces around in your mind. It's not going to be outwardly. It's going to be something that you're going to reconcile. Like I said, for many of us, we come into this truth. Year 1, 2, 3, we learn fringes and what not to eat. And then you start getting to year 4, 3, 4, 5. Now you got to start tackling the inner man more. You got to understand there's things that's locked away in all of us that we have to rid. But if you make provisions for your flesh, you make it make a space where it's acceptable to you to behave a certain way, like rendering evil for evil. That goes for man or woman. Then you have to understand there's something deep down in you that just ain't right. So you're hoping for salvation, you're hoping for the kingdom, but you don't exceedingly love the Lord. So finish that off.
Yes, sir. Verse 168 now, Bishop.
Yes, please.
I have kept thy precepts and thy testimonies, for all my ways are before thee.
Look what he says, for all my ways is before thee. What is he asking the Lord to look at? Look at his integrity or her integrity. Lord, you know all my ways are before thee. You know I love you. Why? Because I'm not offended in what comes out. Many people get offended in the word of God, and then you see who you're dealing with. That being said, 31 Proverbs 31 or 31 problems. Let's begin. Hebrews 13. 13 and 4. This is the go-to scripture. Many times we establish our foundation in marriage based on this scripture. Let's see what it's talking about.
Yes, sir. Hebrews chapter 13, verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled, but whoremongers and adulterers God will judge.
Now watch this. We always start there, right? I want you to just read the beginning of 13 and 1.
Yes, sir. Hebrews 13, verse 1. Let brotherly love continue. Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares.
So look what it says. Let brotherly love continue. Then in the same chapter, we jump down to marriage. Why am I connecting those dots? Brotherly love and marriage. Who can help me out? Brotherly love and marriage. Right there. Can I get a mic to the back? There go the mic right there. Pass it down.
Shalom, Bishop. Ephesians 5, where it says the great mystery of marriage is Christ in the church.
No. Brotherly love and marriage. Let brotherly love continue. And then I'm linking it with marriage.
Shalom, leadership. Because the Most High is beautified in both.
No. Let's go to Peter's. Watch this real quick.
Yes, sir.
Peter's 3.
Yes, sir.
Verse 8. 1 Peter 3 and 8.
Yes, sir. 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 8. Finally, be ye all of one mind, having compassion one of another. Love as brethren. Be pitiful, be courteous.
Look what it says in marriage. It says, husband and wife have the love as brethren. Why is God associating a husband's and wife relationship and telling them, mimic the relationship with brethren? Who can help me with that? Pass the mic back.
Shalom, Bishop. So before you can deal with your wife, you got to deal with her as a sister first. Have that brotherly love or that sisterly love.
Okay, but why? Maybe I don't know. You know me, I have problems asking questions. Or maybe I just don't get the answer I want. Good, right here.
Hey, shalom, Bishop. Basically, the husband and wife got to have that same love, that same loyalty that two brothers got. Like, no matter if they have issues, at the end of the day, you my brother, and I'm going to look out for you, and I'm not going to harm you intentionally.
Okay. All right. Watch this. Let me just say what I want to say. When it says, finally be all of one mind, having compassion one another, love as brethren. The love of brethren, brothers will hang out with each other and spend time together because they genuinely care for each other. And you know it's general because at the end of it, we ain't sleeping with each other. With a woman, the end result, you don't get sex. So you have a vested interest. If you're kicking with a brother, it's because we meet at the mines. We cool. It's saying, woman, you better get his love that way, that he just likes to be around you just because. You understand that? So you women, your mind after his mind. You got to find, and we're going to go through it, find the space, the scriptures, the way that you move yourself in accordance to how he's moving, that he just wants to be around you. And it just ain't because of sex. He likes to kick it with you. Y'all get that? Okay, where was it before that? Oh, marriage is honorable, right? Let's go back.
Yes, sir. Hebrews 13. Hebrews chapter 13, verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. But whoremongers and adulterers, God will judge.
This says marriage is honorable in all. Do me a favor real quick when you get a chance. Look up the word honorable. So it says marriage is honorable in all, and the bed or the marriage is undefiled. But the second part says, but whoremongers and adulterers, God will judge. So what does it say about honorable? Right there, I want that. Read that for me, the first one.
Yes, sir. Honorable. Bringing or worthy of honor.
Can you drop that screen down on similars? Right there.
Morally correct, honest, moral, ethical, principled, righteous, right-minded, full of integrity, decent, respected, respectable, venerable.
Okay, do me a favor. Scroll down a little bit. Okay. Back up a little bit. I'm looking for the word. Look at these. Look at what it's saying. Trustworthy, dependable, reliable, virtuous, high principle. So God is saying marriage is honorable. It's dependable. It's faithful. It's distinguished. It's a good thing to get married, to take a wife, or for a woman to take a husband. In God's eyes, it's good. But we're going to get back to that. Now let's deal with the next part. But he said what?
But whoremongers and adulterers, God will judge.
God said, but the other end, whoremongers and adulterers, God will judge. We're going to come back here. Let's go to Corinthians, 1 Corinthians, I want 6. 1 Corinthians 6, and I want verse 15.
Yes, sir. 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 15. Know ye not that your bodies are the members of Christ? Shall I then take the members of Christ and make them the members of an harlot? God forbid.
Read on.
What? Know ye not that he which is joined to an harlot is one body?
Do you understand what God is saying? That when you join yourself to a harlot, you become one. So what is he showing us? That there's a connection through intimacy. There's a connection made through intimacy. So with a husband and wife, there's a connection made through intimacy. Why am I stressing that connection that's made? Because when that connection is made, guess what? Your mind after his mind. Here's the point for women. I would assume, safely assume, that when a woman offer up herself to a man, she's putting herself in the most vulnerable position that she can ever be in. If you're willing to do that, why would it be hard to obey a man? He could leave you with a baby, leave you with diseases, whatever it might be. Why would you put yourself in the most vulnerable position, but then when it comes to listen to him, you won't? You don't want that connection there. Or you do, but you want the connection to flow the other way. Watch this. So let's finish off.
Yes, sir. Verse 16.
Verse 17.
Or verse 17. But he that is joined unto the Lord is one spirit.
Right? But he that is joined to the Lord is one spirit with the Lord. And if he's one spirit with the Lord and you married to him, you're going to be one spirit with him. Read on.
Flee fornication. Every sin that a man doeth is without the body. But he that committeth fornication sinneth against his own body.
Read on.
What? Know ye not that your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost, which is in you, which ye have of God, and ye are not your own?
Don't you know that our bodies are the temple of God where he's housed himself, and that our bodies does not belong to us? So for the women again, you lay down, and even for the men, but I'm dealing with the women. Women, you lay down and you let this man enter into you, but you're not subject to him. Do you know that God made you for him? God made the woman for the man. The man wasn't made for the woman. The purpose of the woman was to be a helpmeet for him. Watch this. Let's read on. I'm going to get to it in a second.
Yes, sir. Verse 20. For ye are bought with a price. Therefore glorify God in your body and in your spirit, which are God's.
You glorify God in your body. You glorify him in what? What do you mean in your body? In your actions, you're going to glorify God, and in your spirit, with your mind. So the way you think, the way you behave is going to be to glorify God. Likewise, you women, a silent and loving wife is a gift from God. So for you men, women may glorify you in their body in the sense of doing what I want them to eat, here you go. I want them to drink, here you go. But sometime in their spirit, they don't like it. In their spirit, they don't receive it. That's why it says, blessed are they that's not offended in me. Because where the Most High is looking at many times is where you think at. Because he knows your actions is manifest from your thoughts. As a man thinketh, so is he. So if your thought process is not one to be, here you know, here's the key words that you women are not going to like, subservient to the man, you're not moving in that Proverbs 31 woman. You're that 31 problems. Now for the brothers, and I've always said this before in class, for married men. If you're married for, and no, you're married for a while, because you know when you first get married, it's a new car smell and you're all having fun or whatever. But when you're married for a while, if you find yourself ever coming home and you feel a little tense or like you're not looking to bust through the doors, you're sitting in your driveway with a tall can of, he said Michelob, you know he old. I'm from New York, we're going to say OE, you know. While I, no, stop anyway. and you sit in the driveway with a tall can, with the car off in the summer. And when you finish a can, you crush it. You walk inside. You know you got some problems. If you would, he come through the door, and you see him, and you're not overjoyed, you all know you have some real problems. But watch this. Let me move on. I'm going to take too long. Now watch this. Chapter 7, verse 1.
Yes, sir. The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 7 and verse 1. Now, concerning the things whereof you wrote unto me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman.
Look what he said. Look what Paul said. He said, the things that you wrote unto me, it's good for a man not to touch a woman. But it is told you before, flee fornication. Don't get caught up in the fornication. But he said, man, it's good not to have a woman. Are y'all wrapping your minds around that? He's telling the men, listen up, ladies, it's better to not have a woman. I'm pausing because I want you all to think. He said life is better off not having a woman. You brothers understand that? But what does he say next?
Verse 2. Nevertheless.
But even though life is better off not having one, nevertheless.
To avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife.
Stop. But nevertheless, to avoid fornication. So what is this saying about men? That life is better off without a woman. But the urge for one is even stronger. That's what y'all possess. Y'all possess something that we know it's not really worth all the headache, but I can hook them. And in our mind, we know it ain't good. Not when I say no good, meaning I know righteous marriage. We know because with that it comes responsibilities, it comes headaches, it comes this and that. And with all that, I'm going to take it anyway. See how the men laugh. All the married men understand. Yeah, we better. I don't know. It's, give me Matthew 19. We're going to come back in a second. Watch this. He said, nevertheless, even though it ain't good to have one, but boy, we need him. And for us married men, we know exactly what that scripture means. What it says. 19 and let's get to the point. So in this case, start with verse 9.
Verse 9. Matthew chapter 19, verse 9.
No, start a little higher. Start with verse 7.
Verse 7. They say unto him, why did Moses then command to give a writing of divorcement, to put her away?
So they asked him, why did Moses give us a law of divorcement if it wasn't supposed to be like that from the beginning? Read on.
He saith unto them, Moses, because of the hardness of your hearts, suffered you to put away your wives. But from the beginning, it was not so.
Look what Christ came back and told the apostles. Moses gave that law because of the hardness of your heart. So I'm asking now, what is it when you take a woman? You take her because you love her, you want her, but now you want to put her away. It says, because of the hardness of your heart. How did your heart become hard? What happened that now you become hardened in this relationship? Marriage must not have been good. Something had to have been wrong that you become hardened in the marriage. And many people, after many years, secretly live that life. They're just hardened in the marriage. I got just what I got, damn it. He says, it's better not to take a wife. Nevertheless, that urge is too strong for you not to take it. So it's because of hardness of the heart, Moses suffered you to put them away. Read on.
Verse 9. And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication.
So look what Christ came back. He just cut that road down real narrow. He said, for whosoever put away his wife for any reason other than fornication, read on,
shall marry another, committeth adultery. And whoso marrieth her which is put away, doth commit adultery.
it says you commit adultery and you cause her to commit adultery. You're guilty of that also. Read on.
Verse 10.
So here's the point. You're not just guilty of your own adultery. You're guilty of causing her and that dude to commit adultery. God said, I'm judging you for all of that. Read on.
Verse 10. His disciples say unto him,
This is what the disciples that was moving with him said.
if the case of the man be so with his wife,
He said, damn, so you telling me that the only reason I can get rid of her unless she fornicates? Read on.
it is not good to marry.
They're saying, damn, so I'll be on the hook then. If I take her and she can give me all manner of problems, but she's not a whore, you know what? I think it's better not to marry. I think it's better not to take a woman. Look what he says.
Verse 11. But he said unto them, all men cannot receive this saying, save they to whom it is given.
He said, yeah. But all men, you don't have that self-restraint. That's a gift from God when you can live a life without having the need of a woman sexually. You are special. I haven't met the man yet, personally. I don't know where if he's here, raise your hand. Yeah, I don't know. You floated down from heaven. I don't know where you at. If you're here, let me touch the hem of your garment. And see the women laughing because they know, yeah, you want us.
Yeah, Bishop, you can do that later.
Yeah. Oh. This guy, deacon knowledge. Oh my goodness. I don't believe that either. You're right. Prove it. So but you notice when I said it, listeners laugh because they know there's a yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we all of that, and you still want us. That's the power he gave you. Now, sisters, that power, if you use it righteously, there's nothing that you can't get from a man. A man will kill. He will cross the seas. I knew dudes that rode bicycles from towns, walk 30 miles. All they had was enough to buy a quart of water, to go and a quart of water to make it back. And they're going to walk, they're going to try anything just to get over here and try to get in your face. If you know how to use it righteously, there's nothing that we won't do for you. But he says, this is not the case for all men. So let's go back. What is it, Corinthians 7?
Yes, sir. 7-2. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 2. Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband.
So he came back and said, nevertheless, let every man have his own wife and every woman her own husband. That multiple wife stuff, that's ridiculous. That's another dumb doctrine. Oh, gosh. You got brothers with multiple wives right now and is begging online for help financially. You're a bum, and you supposed to let dudes get between your knees. You're simple as hell. You're dumb. Give up your body, and the man came and take care of you. Came and lay you down in a bed someplace. Damn, I'm talking for you men. There's no way you can wrap your mind. If you're a man, I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you. When you lay down in a bed, shirt off, women lay on your chest, and you're a man and know you ain't paying no bills. I couldn't be no broad because you never get, nigga, please. Psh, lay where? In your mama house? You girls be giving it up. Not me. I couldn't be no woman. Yups. Can you afford this? Because we all know it ain't free, right? What's between their knees ain't free. You're going to pay somehow. And for you women that give it up and he can't lay you down, he trying to consummate the marriage in a parking lot at Passover. You are crazy. Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. Y'all put little value to that thing between your knees. There's little value to that. Back of a car, foot on the emergency brake. Oh gosh. Nah, you're gonna put me down. Nevertheless, I got to laugh. But watch this. Go to Genesis 2. Girl, you better, sisters, put some value to that stuff, please. Value yourselves. And men, too, you value yourself, too. You got to look at the woman and say, is she worthy of me placing my sperm in her womb? You shoot your stuff to any. Now, is she worthy enough? Because this is royalty here. She's going to bear my children, possibly. Is she worthy enough for this? So he's on.
So Bishop,
Yeah.
what you say, that sister come with a gift?
You are the gift.
No, she come with a gift. Well, you just saying that she have to protect the gift.
Well, of course, yes. She needs to protect that. But the real gift is that sperm, because you're depositing that.
That's right.
Into her womb. Is the sperm that leaves your body, is it royalty? So one sister said online, sisters, to hell with those men say, use the word, they're going to come anyway. Like, to hell with them. I'm like, yeah, they're going to come all over your face, you dummy. Stupid broad. you think, man, we trying to uplift these women. They fight, man. They don't come anyway. Where you go? Yeah, we'll come. We'll come. Watch this. Genesis 2:18.
Yes, sir. Genesis chapter 2, verse 18. The Lord God said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him an helpmeet for him.
You understand that? It says, God saw that it's good that man should not be alone. He will make a helpmeet or a help right for him. That was the purpose of woman being created, to be a helpmeet. And there is an honor in that. Sisters read that and they might process it as something less. No. God said, out of all the creations on the earth, I chose you men. And I'm going to give you a woman for you. And you're the women that was chosen to be for the sons of God. If that's no honor, to be called the wife of so-and-so and such that's out here laboring, that's out there on the corner last night when the brothers got their car shot up. That they out there trying to, I don't understand how people, women, I'm trying to get you to process this in your mind, is that you are the wives, daughters, sisters of the sons of God. That in itself is prestige. You was made to be a helpmeet that's right for him. Now watch this. Let's go back to Corinthians. Help me right for him. Corinthians 7. 1 Corinthians 7.
Well,
give me one second. Let me get there. I gotta look at it. 7 verse 27.
Yes, sir. 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 27. Art thou bound unto a wife? Seek not to be loosed. Art thou loosed from a wife? Seek not a wife. But, and if thou marry, thou hast not sinned. And if a virgin marry, she have not sinned. Nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh, but I spare you.
So what's it saying? If you have a wife, don't seek to be loose from her. Don't try to get rid of her. We just read that in Matthew 19. And it says, come back. It says, if thou art loose from a wife, don't seek a wife. Why is it telling you not to seek a wife? Why is Paul giving that instruction? If you don't have one, don't seek one. Why? Nobody. Right here.
Shalom, Bishop. So that you can do more for the ministry.
Okay, very good. Jump to verse 35.
Verse 35. And this I speak for your own profit, not that I may cast a snare upon you, but for that which is comely, and that ye may attend upon the Lord without distraction.
Yeah, so you can attend upon the Lord's business without distraction. We don't get out of here until we raise up 144,000 men our concern, honestly, ain't the women. Our concern is doing the job that we were hired to do. Doesn't mean that we don't love the women. Take care. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, our focus, first and foremost, is loving God and doing what he told us to do. And in that, it's going to trickle down on how we deal with them. But the point was to serve the Lord without distraction. What is this distraction? Read verse 28.
Verse 28. But, and if thou marry, thou hast not sinned. And if a virgin marry, she have not sinned. Nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh, but I spare you.
He says, but know for certainly you're going to have trouble in the flesh. Why? And the two shall be one flesh. You think it just happens, you get married and you two to one. No, that's not how it works. Everybody married know that's not how it works. That's when the work begins. When your minds have to be in sync. Becoming one flesh is not an overnight thing. That's why I always said in marriage, it is the biggest gamble you're going to take in your life. Children are born to you. Who your parents are is who they are. Friendships, you can let them go and come. Husband and wife, you better make sure you get all the information you need up front. You try his spirit, her spirit, because the last thing you want to do is wake up one morning and look over and be like, I can't stand his guts. Shit. Yeah, morning. Yeah. Y'all laughing. Tell me. After that sex wear off and then you got everyday life, you start saying, the sex is good, but that only lasts for whatever it is. After that, you got everyday life, the rest of the stuff you got to deal with. You're like, I should have took my time. I should have took my time. Watch this. Where we leave off at? Serve God without distraction, right?
We read verse 28, Bishop.
Okay, watch this. Corinthians 11.
Yes, sir.
Corinthians 11. Verse 8.
1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 8. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man.
You all better wrap that, sisters. You better wrap that around your mind. And for you simp brothers, you better wrap that around your mind. Man was not created for the woman, but woman was created for the man. Why did Paul have to tell the church of Corinth that? Because the women wouldn't shut up. They were running it, and a lot of these men sat back and let the women run the show. You brothers understand that?
Sir.
That's why it says a silent and loving wife is a gift from God. You're saying like a back and forth and debate, and don't tell me he's wicked because you chose him. Man was not, brothers, man was not made for the woman, but woman for the one. And these black women out here don't like that. I'm not talking about you in here, I'm talking about out there. Pray we ain't talking here. But we're going to shove it down your throat. And I don't care if you like it. You were made for us. God said that. Woman was made for man. You were meant to be his helpmeet, that he's not alone. Why? Was it because Adam needed help in picking names of the animals? No. To be a comfort to him. So he didn't go out there and deal with the women of the other nations. Read that again.
Verse 8 and 9, Bishop?
Yeah, 8 and 9.
Yes, sir. 1 Corinthians 11, verse 8. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man.
Now watch how we're going to prove that. Go back to Corinthians 7. Watch this. 1 Corinthians 7. Verse 35 again.
Yes, sir. 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 35. And this I speak for your own profit, not that I may cast a snare upon you, but for that which is comely, and that ye may attend upon the Lord without distraction.
Read.
But if any man think that he behaveth himself uncomely towards his virgin, and she pass the flower of her age, and need so require, let him do what he will. He sinneth not, let them marry. Nevertheless, he that standeth steadfast in his heart, having no necessity, but have power over his own will, and have so decreed in his heart that he will keep his virgin, do it well.
So do you understand that, what it's saying there? That if you get betrothed to your virgin, you're betrothed in a relationship, and you don't sleep with her, she can grow old past the age of her reproduction, and you did not sin. That's let you know the woman was made for the man. But if needs be, you get that feeling now, and you want to have sex, it says take her. The woman was made for the man. She was made for him. So sisters, you can spend a whole life and be betrothed to a man. He decides, you know what? I'm going to serve the Lord with no distraction. You off the market. You belong to me. But I'm going to be out there doing the Lord's work. And I have no need of sex. And no man can touch you. You're mine. And I can let you grow old. Your eggs dry up. You can't give birth to children. And then I decide, you know what? I'm in the mood for some creases. And then you can take her. And you have not sinned in God's eyes. Hope you all understand that. Sidebar, sisters, you better ask. Don't worry, these men ain't like that. These men want sex. They're not doing that. Who's that man out here that's gonna withhold? Yeah. Not one is gonna raise their hand. And you sisters know that, right? These sisters don't know that? That none of them gonna raise their hand? Everybody quiet. Titus 2, they be talking about. Better not raise their hand. Read on.
Yes, sir. Verse 38. So then he that giveth her in marriage doeth well, but he that giveth her not in marriage doeth better.
When it says giving her in marriage, you mean you took her and you slept with her, but the ones that don't sleep with her, you doeth better. You understand how serious this is? So now for the ones that you do take, that you do sleep with, that you take on, it is a privilege for her to serve you. Her mind, you all sisters should be working from that mind that it's a privilege to serve this man. You're saying it's the man who God gave me. How do you say that? You lay it on your back. Genesis 3.
Yes, sir. Genesis chapter 3 and verse 16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee.
Look up the word desire. It says, thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. A strong feeling of wanting to have something or wishing for something. Give me some more. Go across, drop the screen down. Craving, ache, hunger, thirst, yearning. You're yearning. Listen what it says. Read that verse again now.
Yes, sir. Genesis 3:16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception.
He says, I'm going to multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. Why? Because she did not serve her husband. She wanted to be equal with him. She wanted to be a god. Read on.
In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children.
He said, and now because of that, in sorrow you're going to bring forth children. You're going to have labor pains. It's going to be hard in childbirth. Read on.
And thy desire shall be to thy husband.
And thy yearning, thy craving. He said, you're going to learn, you're going to yearn to your husband. Read on.
And he shall rule over thee.
Whatever his wants are becomes your desire. You can't see nothing else but to please this man. Rhetorical women, how many of you women feel like that? Think about that. Where you really, in your heart, he's like, babe, I want this, and you cannot sleep, think, whatever. You just want to please him. God wants you women in subjection, just like we're to be in subjection to Christ like that. He wants that it has to be a burning desire in you to please that man. So let's read that one more time for me.
Yes, sir. Genesis chapter 3, verse 16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children. And thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee.
And he shall rule over thee. Now here we go. Here's one way we need to be able to rule over thee. Go to Sirach 7. The book of Sirach, chapter 7, verse 26.
The book of Sirach, chapter 7, verse 26. Hast thou a wife after thy mind? Forsake her not, but give not thyself over to a light woman.
So the scripture says, hast thou a wife after thy mind? It says what?
Forsake her not.
It says don't forsake her. If you I'm in the wrong chapter. Sorry. Bear with me. There we go. It says, hast thou a wife after thy mind? So, brothers, if you have a wife after your mind, the scripture says what? I can't hear. So if you don't have a wife after your mind, forsake her. Look up the word forsake. It says, you can say right there, it says abandon. Now, mind you, I ain't telling you to leave her. But let me help you understand what I mean by that. Because brother's about to say, no. I'm going to show you what abandon means when it says abandon her. It says, if you have a wife after your mind, forsake her not, right? And give not thyself over to a light woman. What is telling you there? If you got a wife after your mind, don't leave her for some stupid broad. But if you don't have a wife after your mind, it's telling you to forsake her, meaning she's not moving like you're moving. Let's see how you're supposed to be moving now, and then we're going to explain. Go to the book of Tobit 4. Tobit 4 and 5.
The book of Tobit, chapter 4, verse 5. My son, be mindful of the Lord, our God, all thy days.
Stop. It's telling you, Tobit told son, be mindful. Remember, you're supposed to have a mind after your mind? And your mind is supposed to be what? After what? After the Lord. Read on.
My son, be mindful of the Lord, our God, all thy days, and let not thy will be set to sin or to transgress his commandments.
So your mind is supposed to be after the Lord. And her mind after your mind. So if your mind is after the Lord and her mind ain't after the Lord, is there going to be peace in the house? It's not going to work. So for us as men, we got to have that example. Our mind got to be right. You can't demand something if you're not putting it out. Neither does it mean, women, if they ain't doing it, it gives you the carte blanche to not listen. 1 Peter chapter 3 tells you that. You still have to be right. But now watch. I said abandon, right? I gave you the example of abandon. Do I want to explain that yet? No, I'll explain later on. Not yet. Not yet. Let's explain now. Let's go to the bandit. I want to go to give me 2 Samuel's. Chapter 6.
Yes, sir.
Verse 20. Let's start from verse 16.
2 Samuel chapter 6 and verse 16. And as the ark of the Lord came into the city of David, Michal, Saul's daughter, looked through a window and saw King David leaping and dancing before the Lord, and she despised him in her heart.
What does the word despise mean? She hated him. He's leaping and dancing to his Lord. His mind was after what? The Lord. And he was dancing, praising, but in her heart she despised him. She hated him. Damn, how can you hate this man? The man is for the Lord. Look what she says.
Verse 17. And they brought in the ark of the Lord and set it in its place in the midst of the tabernacle that David had pitched for it. And David offered burnt offerings and peace offerings before the Lord. And as soon as David had made an end of offering burnt offerings and peace offerings, he blessed the people in the name of the Lord of hosts. And he dealt among all the people, even among the whole multitude of Israel, as well to the women as men. To every one a cake of bread and a good piece of flesh and a flagon of wine. So all the people departed, every one to his house. Then David returned to bless his household.
So try to put your mind around this. He was out there doing the work. He was joyful. Bless everybody, the abundance he had. He came home now to his house, to bless his house. Read on.
Then David returned to bless his household. And Michal, the daughter of Saul, came out to meet David and said, how glorious was the king of Israel today, who uncovered himself today in the eyes of the handmaids.
Stop. Imagine you coming home, and that's what you're coming home to. You walking in, it's a good day, things was good, and there's not words of comfort to greet you. A lot of times, heads up, sister, I'm going to put you up on a little game. If you do this, sisters, I guarantee you get your nails done. When you know your husband's coming home, you greet him at the door. Listen, I'm telling you, this is between me and you. If you greet him at the door and say, Shalom, my Lord, and really mean it, sisters be doing that, Shalom, my Lord, in front of other sisters. They don't rate that. When you're around, you just Chuck or whoever you are. When they get, yeah, hold on one second, sister. Yes, my Lord? Yes, sir? Yes? Oh, I'll be right with you. Yes, sir? Yes, my Lord? You're like, is Jesus here? Where's he at? Yeah, my Lord, my Lord. Then when they hang up, they have the phone. What? What? Hey, brothers laughing because they know it's true. But here's it. I'm going to give you some games, sis. And this is what the elder sister's supposed to be teaching the younger woman, but I guess I'll just teach it myself. Shalom, my Lord. Shalom, sis. How was your day? Good. I pray to God, and you got to mean it. I pray to God that you made it home safely. Praise God that brought home my Lord to me. Are you hungry? Do you want me to leave you alone? You want me quiet, right? I'll be quiet. If you need me, just call.
Yeah, she will get everything. Yeah, she will get their credit card too.
Yeah, and then listen, sis, if you just wait a little bit, not right away, give him a little bit, check on him, smile at him. Well, what are you smiling for? I love you, and you chose me. Then you wait a little longer. You come back. Hey, babe, can I get some money for my nails? He's going to give it to you. Brothers hate me right now. If he's got it, it's going to be very hard for him to say no. But if he come to the door and you ain't there to greet him, after he went out there and bust to bring home this dough. But sidebar, if you them dudes that sit home and play video games, oof, gosh. one of my things I ask the Lord in life, because I have daughters, as they get older, don't waste your time even coming to me. I'm not listening to you. If you're a video game player, and you can't, don't even waste your time even asking me. I'm telling you, you won't even get out the batter's box. Okay, sidebar. What's the last thing I said before that? Lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, but you met at the door. You're like, or you don't even greet him. You don't attend to him. How many of you sisters who are married online right now, all your husbands are here? How many of you sisters, before he left, got up, made sure his garments are pressed, his clothes are right, there's no holes in his pocket? How many of you sisters stick your hand, old school sisters understand it, where you stick your hand in their pockets to clear the pockets out before you wash it? You trifling, young, stop. You ever stuck your hand in pockets and feel their pockets and say, oh, they got holes, and stitch it up? How many of you see his sock got a little hole in it and you get a light bulb, you just while you on Instagram all day doing, I can't stand that. One thing I hate is a pretty girl that ain't blue collared. You look good, but you just look good. You just look good. How many of you ever just put your hand in his pocket and pull it out to make sure there's no paper in it before you wash his clothes? How many of you pressed his garments and made sure his stuff is together, that when it's time for him to go, all he got to do is grab his bag and he safely trusts everything is in there. He don't got to look for it.
Yeah, Bishop.
Do you know if you like that, do you know we will slit the throat of anything come near you? You know if the gunman come in the door, you know how quick he's going to jump by reaction? Or if you're not like that, we're going to play sleep. You heard that? No. Hey, in my house, depending on how my wife deal with me, depending on what side of the bed I sleep at. If she ain't dealing right, I sleep on the side of the bed away from the door. If she's dealing right, I sleep closest to the door. She don't even know. Now she knows that's what I'm doing. I sleep on the side. So when they come through the door, you be the first line of defense. Yeah, who's going to say something? Deacon? You going to say something?
Yeah. No, I see what you're saying, but what I'm saying is like you say about the man. You have not seen a man as like he's coming from the heaven, dropped up. Yeah. So that's the type of sister you're referring to, too.
There you go. There you go. Okay. Stop laughing now, because there's a point I want to make. Let's get back to McCall. Let's finish this.
Yes, sir. 2 Samuel chapter 6, verse 20.
I want the abandoned part. Watch it. Read on.
Yes, sir. Then David returned to bless his household. And Michal, the daughter of Saul, came out to meet David and said, how glorious was the king of Israel today, who uncovered himself today in the eyes of the handmaids of his servants, as one of the vain fellows shamelessly uncovering himself.
Read on.
And David said unto Michal, it was before the Lord, which chose me before thy father and before all his house, to appoint me ruler over the people of the Lord.
Now, do you think David listen, David respected Saul. Even though Saul wanted to kill him, he still respected him. He got his daughter and wife. He got to come and hear this crap. He said, I got to check her. Do you know the Lord chose me over your dumb daddy? Damn, this is what I came home to? I got to talk to you like this? You know who I am, woman? You know who these men? These are the sons of God. This is who you talking to. Hey, broad, what is wrong with you? This is what you greet me with? Read on.
And David said unto Michal, it was before the Lord, which chose me before thy father and before all his house, to appoint me ruler.
He chose me over your father and your brother. Read on.
To appoint me ruler over the people of the Lord, over Israel. Therefore will I play before the Lord, and I will yet be more vile than thus.
He said, damn, she brought David down. David said, okay, now I'm going to show you something. You think you got a smart mouth? Watch this. Your mind is not after my mind, McCall, because you didn't realize what I was doing and why I was doing it. But I'm going to be more vile than you, McCall. Read on.
And I will yet be more vile than thus, and will be base in mine own sight.
He said, what I'm going to do, damn, it's going to even be based in my own sight. what I'm about to do to you. Read on.
And of the maid servants which thou hast spoken of them shall I be had in honor.
He said, and those maid servants you talking about, I'm going to get my honor from them because I can't get it from you. Read on.
Therefore,
my judgment is what?
Michal, the daughter of Saul, had no child until the day of her death.
He abandoned her. Sit her right there. Sit up in that corner right there. Damn, she married to the king, David, and she didn't know how to operate. How about you just smile at the door? Happy to see him. Praise God. There you go. Run your big mouth. Got yourself put in a box. In a First, watch this. But here's what strikes me most in this. Not even that. Saul was a trip. Samuel 18.
Yes, sir.
That's it, right? Samuel 18. That's it.
18. Yes, sir.
Watch this. Samuel 18, verse 20.
Yes, sir. 1 Samuel, chapter 18, verse 20. And Michal, Saul's daughter, loved David, and they told Saul, and the thing pleased him.
So wait a second. Saul's daughter, she loved David. She loved him until she married him. She loved the mystique of who David was. She wanted a rod. She loved him. And then when she got him, she didn't know how to keep him. That old Judite woman, Betty Wright, said, you have to learn your man to earn your man. She understood it. You women don't understand how to learn these men. Learn your man's small little nuances, what he like and what he don't like. Y'all don't know how to work that. Y'all still be trying to beat him over the head, bludgeon him, then finesse. Read on.
Yes, sir. Verse 21. And Saul said, I will give him her, that she may be a snare to him.
Gosh, oh, damn. Damn, even her daddy knew. This woman is a bit much. I'm going to give her to David because I can't stand his guts. I'm going to give him a problem. Yo, Saul was not easy. Listen, on behalf of the tribe of Benjamin, Judah, we apologize. Yo, because that was mean. That was mean. He didn't do that. He didn't deserve that. Damn. Yeah, we sorry, man. We sorry. And Benjamin, we be having those macaws. I'm telling you, them Jamaican women, boy, they hard to deal with, boy. Not that the rest of you Judites ain't, but I just know. Even when they're happy, they sound like they're upset. What's wrong? Nothing. They don't even know how to smile. Okay, this is going to read on. Verse 20.
1 Samuel chapter 18, verse 20.
21.
And Saul said, I will give him her, that she may be a snare to him, and that the hand of the Philistines may be against him. Wherefore Saul said to David, thou shalt this day be my son-in-law in the one of the twain.
You understand, man, we just read that she was a snare to him. But it says that the hand of the Philistine might be against him. She's going to be such a problem to him, it's going to cause his enemies to have the upper hand. That's what he was hoping to damn. Some of you women, man, y'all be trying to give your husband over to the enemy. Trying to get these dudes locked up. Damn. You know you sleeping with the enemy? That was his life. Saul said, she's so bad, it's going to cause him so much grief, it possibly will give the Philistines the upper hand. How was that? The grief that you're dealing with. Now you got to go out there in the world and go tackle the enemy, but you still got this plague with her. She's a distraction. Women don't want to be no distraction to your man. You want to help motivate him to be the best prophet he can be. It is in your best interest to help bring the best out of him. Make life with you so easy breezy that he don't have to think about stress. He come through the door, everything is cool. Watch this. Go from that to Sirach 36. Might be a hard pill to swallow, but either you're going to be a Proverbs 31 woman or you're going to bring 31 problems. 36:23.
Sirach chapter 36, verse 23. If there be kindness, meekness, and comfort in her tongue, then is not her husband like other men.
You know what I get out of that? What do you? Let me see if anybody get what I get out of it. Who wants to take a shot at that? What do you think I get out of that? Nobody. Right. Yeah, shalom.
Where's the microphone?
Mike, tell me if you get what I get.
Shalom leadership. So if the wife has, was it kindness, all those things in her tongue, she's being taught by a righteous man those things. So that's not common among men.
Gosh, I'm so jaded. That's not what I get out of it. I don't get that. This is what I get out of it. Watch. Read again, Cap.
Sirach 36, verse 23. If there be kindness, meekness, and comfort in her tongue, then is not her husband like other men.
I just get, then is not her husband like other men. That's what I get out of it. That means all of us got a wife that ain't like that. There's one woman out there that's special that, damn, all us got the regular ones, the other ones. This one got something nice. Damn, ain't that a punch in the mouth to women? It's like damn, is his wife an alien? She's not like old wives. His wife is kind. She said something nice to him. Where did she come from? Where did she come from? Which planet is she from? Check her back and see if she has wings. She float down from heaven? Read that verse again for me.
If there be kindness, meekness, and comfort in her tongue, then is not her husband like other men.
She's rare. She's not that average woman. She's different. Now we're going to jump back a little bit. We're going to come back and revisit these again. Watch this. I want to go to Proverbs 31. The book of Proverbs 31. We'll start with verse 1.
Proverbs 31, verse 1. The words of King Lemuel, the prophecy that his mother taught him. What, my son, and what the son of my womb, and what the son of my vows? Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings.
So give not thy strength unto women. Give me Sirach 33. You're going to come right back here. Give not thy strength unto women. Sirach 33, and I want verse 18.
Sirach 33, verse 18. Hear me, O ye great men of the people, and hearken with your ears, ye rulers of the congregation.
Let me tell you, his son was King Lemuel. Read on.
Give not thy son and wife, thy brother and friend, power over thee while thou livest.
Read on.
And give not thy goods to another, lest it repent thee, and thou entreat for the same again. As long as thou livest and hast breath in thee, give not thyself over to any. For better it is that thy children should seek to thee, than that thou shouldest stand to their courtesy.
Read on.
And all thy works keep to thyself the preeminence. Leave not a stain in thine honor.
You understand that? You leave a stain in your honor when you don't keep to yourself the preeminence. That was the instruction that a mother was giving her son. She's like, son, don't have no woman rule you. That's what the elder women is supposed to be teaching their sons. To put that in their mind. You're a son of God. Don't have no woman ruling you. And a lot of brothers, I'm telling you, a lot of brothers be getting ruled by their wives. I'm going to tell you something. The greatest of Jezebels are not the ones that rule their husbands. It's the ones that rule their husbands, and their husbands don't even realize they're being ruled by them. They got you so programmed, they're ruling you. You don't even realize they're ruling you. They're moving you. That's how good their finesse game is. They be sealing instruction in your ears at night. And go tell the bishop. And you be like, yes, my Lord. Bishop, I feel like, next you know, she told you and you be saying, but you know, I feel like this is not right. Meanwhile, it wasn't even your thought. She done worked the middle and then sealed the instructions in your head and sent you out. You friggin' messenger. Go. Run. I feel like, I think, where we at? Go back to Proverbs.
Proverbs chapter 31, verse 3. Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings.
Watch this. Go to 1 Kings. We know this history. 1 Kings 21. First Kings 21. Yeah, start with verse 1. Like 1, let me see. Let me look at you. 1, yeah, 1 through like 7.
Start verse 4, when he came into his house heavy.
Start with 1. Let's see if everybody understands the history.
1 Kings 21, verse 1. And it came to pass after these things that Naboth the Jezreelite had a vineyard, which was in Jezreel, hard by the palace of Ahab, king of Samaria. And Ahab spake unto Naboth, saying, Give me thy vineyard, that I may have it for a garden of herbs, because it is near unto my house, and I will give thee for it a better vineyard than it. Or if it seemeth good to thee, I will give thee the worth of it in money. And Naboth said to Ahab, The Lord forbid it me, that I should give the inheritance of my fathers unto thee. And Ahab came into his house heavy and displeased.
Here we go. An overly emotional man. He told him, listen, I can't give it to you. I can't sell it to you because I'll be disobeying God. This is my inheritance. And he came home and he was pouting. You overly emotional man. I always talk about big pudding. And it always seems to be the biggest stature man with a size 15 shoe be as supple and tender and pliable in the spirit. And their wife be 4 foot, and they got you, and you be walking around, Be big old lurches. Read on. Come home displeased. Then you come home emotional. I couldn't get what I wanted, like a big baby crying. Read on. He's the king. God. Read on.
And Ahab came into his house heavy and displeased, because of the word which Naboth the Jezreelite had spoken to him. For he had said, I will not give thee the inheritance of my fathers. And he laid him down upon his bed and turned away his face and would not eat no bread.
This dude went into depression. he went laid on his bed. In my mind, when I read it, I play it out. I wish I could get up and do this. This would be a good play. Big kid. And look what happens.
But Jezebel, his wife, came to him and said unto him,
His wife walked in. What's wrong with you?
Why is thy spirit so sad,
What's wrong with you, baby?
that thou eatest no bread?
You not hungry?
And he said unto her, Because I spake unto Naboth the Jezreelite, and said unto him, Give me thy vineyard for money, or else, if it please thee, I will give thee another vineyard for it.
I told him I'll buy it or I'll give him whatever he wants. That's what's wrong, baby. Read on.
And he answered, I will not give thee my vineyard.
He told me no, mommy. Jezebel. He told me no. Read on.
And Jezebel, his wife, said unto him, Dost thou now govern the kingdom of Israel?
She said, you don't got the testicular fortitude? Well, you a man? I'm telling you something, brothers, real talk. Here's the oxymoron of this thought. A woman generally wants a strong man. They're attracted to strong men, leaders. But here's the oxymoron. They just don't want you to lead them. they like it. They like you a leader. When the gunman come in the house, in the bedroom they will lead her. Outside of that, nah. She said, aren't you the governor of these people? You're the king? Read on.
And Jezebel his wife said unto him, Dost thou now govern the kingdom of Israel?
I lost my place. What
Verse
7. Okay, read on.
Arise and eat bread, and let thine heart be merry. I will give thee the vineyard of Naboth the Jezreelite.
Gosh, what a smack in the face. She said, rise and eat. I got this. I got this, Negro. Eat. Get some to eat. Get him some supper. Verse 25.
But there was none like unto Ahab, which did sell himself to work wickedness in the sight of the Lord, whom Jezebel his wife stirred up.
His wife stirred him up, had him, worked him up into a frenzy. She had control of his thoughts, his mind, moved him the way she wanted to move him. Why? She saw weakness in him. Instead of her knowing that what he was doing wrong, and said, hey, my king, my Lord, he is right. That land is his father, and God commanded him not to do that. Then there's other land that you can get. She said, nah, you know what? I'm in control. Don't worry, I got this. And stirred up his spirit, moved him. Watch this. Let's go from that real quick. Judges 16. The book of Judges 16, I want verse 16.
Judges chapter 16, verse 16. And it came to pass when she pressed him daily with her words and urged him, so that his soul was vexed unto death.
Do you hear what he said here? Everybody know the history here? Does everybody know what we're reading about here? Okay. Okay, what are we reading about? Who's this history on? Samson and Delilah, right? Okay, so read again.
Judges chapter 16, verse 16. And it came to pass when she pressed him daily with her words and urged him, so that his soul was vexed unto death.
Do you understand her words? She nagged him because she wanted some information from him. The secret on how he stays strong. She nagged and nagged and nagged and nagged till his soul was vexed unto death. He couldn't take it no more of the nagging and nagging. This was a mighty man, strong. She broke him here in his mind. Do you understand that? Physically, he's strong. But because of her nagging voice, we hate a nagging woman. I'm telling you, that drives men crazy. Nag, 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 nag. It's like friggin', it's like, what they do in, say again? Like a chainsaw. I'm thinking like some psycho abuse. I don't know. I forgot the word I'm looking for. They do that in psychological torment. She nagged him until death. I can't take it no more, damn it! Enough! I'm losing it. What happened? Read on.
That he told her all his heart.
Yeah, what he did?
That he told her all his heart.
Hold that, go to Sirach 8, the last verse. I don't know what the last, but it's the last verse. Sirach 8, last verse.
Sirach 8, verse 19. Open not thine heart to every man, lest he requite thee with a shrewd turn.
You better have the statistical fortitude that, you know what? Don't open your mind. Don't tell your wife everything. You there bearing your whole soul. Tell her all your weakness and everything. You don't be that kind of man. Shh, quiet. Don't let me have to abandon you. In there nagging. Can't say the things I want to say. But you all get it, right? Let's go back. Nagging. Verse 17, 16, 17.
Judges chapter 16, verse 17. That he told her all his heart and said unto her, there hath not come a razor upon mine head, for I have been a Nazarite unto God from my mother's womb. If I be shaven, then my strength will go from me, and I shall become weak and be like any other man.
Read on.
And when Delilah saw that he had told her all his heart, she sent and called for the lords of the Philistines, saying, come up this once, for he hath showed me all his heart. Then the lords of the Philistines came up unto her and brought money in their hand.
Now watch this.
And she
No, stop. Watch this. Her words nagged him so much that he gave all his heart, right? And what happened? The Philistines came upon him. Was that the same thing with David? He said, give Saul, I'm going to give my daughter to him so she can be a snare to him, and the Philistines can win. The nagging and complaining, you leave us vulnerable for our enemies. We go out there and we deal with the world every single day. I'm gonna say the word. Every Christ day we out there dealing with the world. And we come home and what do we get? We want peace. We want you pliable. We want you comforting. That's what we want. We don't want to hear nagging and complaining. We're like, damn, you weaken us. We come home to get recharged to go back out there. We're looking for the Proverbs 31 woman, not 31 problems. Oh, here we go. Here we go. And it's in your best interest to make sure we're fully charged, that we can combat the world and we come home running to you. You got some women that I'll say it later. Let's move on.
And she made...
That's enough. Okay. Watch this. Proverbs 9. I want the word clamorous. Proverbs 12, 9 and 13. Yeah. Watch this.
Proverbs chapter 9, verse 13. A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing.
A foolish woman is clamorous. Let's look up the word clamorous. Drop that screen down a little bit. This is what I want. That's what I want. Look right there. Look at demanding.
Making a loud and confused noise.
She's demanding, vehement, nonstop. Demand. A foolish woman is clamorous. She's demand. So if you got a wife that's clamorous, that's always arguing, demanding spirit, overbearing spirit, sisters, it's not the kind of woman you want to be. It says a foolish woman is clamorous. What?
She is simple and knoweth nothing.
It says she's an idiot and knoweth nothing. What do it mean she doesn't know? She has not learned yet how to work her man. You don't work him by being clamorous. That's not how it works. You're not going to receive the desired results that you're looking for in that. You're destroying him and destroying your relationship. Hope you sisters understand that. Drop that. Sirach 26. Sirach 26:13.
Sirach chapter 26, verse 13. The grace of a wife delighteth her husband, and her discretion will fatten his bones.
Watch this. Give me the definition of grace. I want grace.
Simple elegance or refinement of movement. Poise, finesse.
That's a word. The
charm.
I want the finesse, the charm. It says, leave that on the screen right now. The grace of the wife delighteth her husband. The way a woman carries herself, her finesse, will delight her husband. You know who was like that? Our foremother Hadassah. She went to Ahasuerus. Damn. Was there another name he had? Artaxerxes. Ahasuerus, right. She went to him and she said to him, King, if it please thee. Listen to her word. Give me that real quick. Find it real quick. You know what I'm talking about? If it please thee, let me have a dinner for you. I want to use the words it uses here. Somebody quoted it? Find it for me. You got it?
Esther chapter 5 and verse 4. And Esther answered, if it seem good unto the king, let the king and Haman come this day unto the banquet that I have prepared for him.
Now look what listen to the words. One more time.
And Esther answered, if it seem good unto the king.
Listen, read the verse before that.
Verse 3. Then said the king unto her, what wilt thou, Queen Esther? And what is thy request?
Now look what he asked. He said, what is your request? What do you want, Esther? Tell me. Look what she says.
It shall be even given thee to the half of the kingdom.
Damn. He said, listen, what is your request? I will give you half of my kingdom. Do you think he was saying that because she was clamorous and was a problem? She must have been finessing this dude for so long that she just came into the room and he said, yeah, what you want? He's giving half of everything. Man, they give him half. Look what she says. She finessed. She's bad. Y'all better watch your foremother right here. She'll tell you how to work it. Read.
And Esther answered, if it seem good unto the king, let the king and Haman come this day unto the banquet that I have prepared for him.
So she said, if it seem good unto him, I'll give you half my kingdom. And she turned and said, okay, but if it seems all right with you, my lord, I want to invite you to this banquet. Read on. No, but she said, invite who?
Haman.
You and Haman. Now, why is she inviting Haman to the banquet? Hell, he got to do. She's trying to impress her husband. She was smart. She knows that her husband liked to be seen, glorified in front of other men. That's what the mistake Vashti didn't do. He called for her to show her off in front of other men, and Vashti didn't come. So her foremother was smart. She said, if it seemed good for you, king, I'd like to invite you and Haman. She done got him head. He's worked up now. Look what I got. Look, Haman, she invited you and me to come. She was finessing him. She didn't give a damn about that crown she had on her head. She's like, I'm going to work you, my lord. Bring you and your friend. Read on.
Then the king said, cause Haman to make haste, that he may do as Esther have said.
Do you understand what he said? He said, hey, tell Haman, hurry up. I don't give a damn. My wife, the queen, called you. Hurry up. She rented space. She got her hand so far up his rectum right now. She's like a puppet. Just move for me, Negro. Do what I need you to do. Go get your friend. He's like, yeah. Bring him. Read on.
So the king and Haman came to the banquet that Esther had prepared.
So now they came for the banquet that she prepared. Read on.
And the king said unto Esther at the banquet of wine, what is thy petition? And it shall be granted thee. And what is thy request? Even to the half of the kingdom it shall be performed.
He said, I'm here now. Now tell me what you want, what you need. I tell you, I'll give you half of all I have. Read on.
Then answered Esther and said, my petition and my request is, if I have found favor in the sight of the king, and if it please the king to grant my petition.
Look what she's still listen to the word. Damn, this woman is so bad. She's still giving him the preeminence. He's asking what you want. She said, what I want is if it's okay with you. And I want to know if you agree with this. She laying him down flat. That dude yielded the ghost. Read on.
If I have found favor in the sight of the king, and if it please the king to grant my petition.
Stop. Again, I want you to understand. She's asking questions where she already know the answer is yes. If I find favor. Do I find favor with you, king? Yes. If it please you, king? Yes. Read on.
And to perform my request, let the king and Haman come to the banquet that I shall prepare for them. And I will do tomorrow as the king hath said. Then went Haman forth that day joyful and with a glad heart.
She said, I want you to come tomorrow. If it please you, my king. If it doesn't, don't. She already know it please him. She asking questions she know the answer for already. The end of the moral story is what? Let's read it. Let's get to the point.
But when Haman saw Mordecai in the king's gate, that he stood not up, nor moved for him, he was full of indignation against Mordecai. Nevertheless, Haman refrained himself, and when he came home, he sent and called for his friends, and Zeresh, his wife. And Haman told them of the glory of his riches, and the multitude of his children, and the things wherein the king had promoted him, and how he had advanced him above the princes and servants of the king.
Read on.
Haman said, moreover, yea, Esther the queen did let no man come in with the king unto the banquet that she had prepared but myself. And tomorrow am I invited unto her also with the king. Yet all this availeth me nothing, so long as I see Mordecai the Jew sitting at the king's gate.
Read on.
Then said Zeresh his wife and all his friends unto him.
Let's get on to the point where they were at the banquet again.
Chapter 7, verse 1. So the king and Haman came to the banquet with Esther the queen. And the king said again unto Esther on the second day at the banquet of wine, what is thy petition,
What
Queen
you want?
Esther?
What you want?
And it shall be granted thee. And what is thy request? And it shall be performed, even to the half of the kingdom. Then Esther the queen answered and said, if I have found favor in thy sight, O king, and if it please the king, let my life be given me at my petition, and my people at my request. For we are sold, I and my people, to be destroyed.
Stop. This woman bad. She had him ripe. She set him up ripe, and he came back and said, listen, king, if it please you, I don't want to die. What you mean? Who gonna kill you? What you mean die?
Point him out.
What you mean? You and your people? What? Read on.
For we are sold, I and my people, to be destroyed, to be slain, and to perish. But if we had been sold for bondmen and bondwomen, I had held my tongue. Although the enemy...
Stop, slow down. She said, but if I was sold into slavery, I wouldn't even have told you. Slavery? Kill my wife? That I was given half the kingdom? That invited me and fed me 2 days in a row? And that damn Vashti, that daggone heifer didn't do for me. And kill you who? Who is that man? Read on.
I had held my tongue, although the enemy could not countervail the king's damage. Then the king Ahasuerus answered and said unto Esther the queen, who is he, and where is he, that durst presume in his heart to do so? And Esther said, the adversary and enemy is this wicked Haman.
Ooh. Lord Jesus. I know right at that moment Haman got diarrhea. Right at that moment. Oh, God, I know at that moment his stomach just turned. Oh, damn. Somebody, we got to redo that as a damn. Trust me, he gave up the ghost. He looked around stunned like, what you mean? What? Read on.
Then Haman was afraid before the king and the queen. And the king arising from the banquet of wine in his wrath went into the palace garden. And Haman stood up to make request for his life to Esther the queen. For he saw that there was evil determined against him by the king.
He know he gonna come reach his death now. Read on.
Then the king returned out of the palace garden into the place of the banquet of wine. And Haman was fallen upon the bed whereon Esther was.
So he stepped out. Think about in the king's mind now. When the king heard that, he heard it was Haman. Haman is the second in charge. His mind is spinning. He walk out of the room. Yo, nah, he got to process this. He come back in. Haman's on the floor on the bed at her feet. He's like, yo, you trying to creep up on my wife? Yo, this guy. And sit back. Esther sat back just in the cut. Tell you black women, dangerous if you want to be righteous. Dangerous. We will slit the throat. But back to the point. I say this to say, all that had to have been staged prior to this. She had to have been moving away for him to even offer up half. Dudes ain't offer up half or nothing. Maybe you Judites, because you all love to give away everything. Because Benjamin, we ain't doing that. Benjamin, we ain't doing that. Judah be doing that, not Benjamin. Levi, I guarantee ain't give you nothing. Not Levi. But you Judites, you guys are, what we working on, y'all? Anyway, there had to have been something that was staged prior to that for him to even think like that. And wisdom reigneth down skill. She knew exactly what to say. Discretion. She had a finesse in her to know, I'm going to work him and move him. But in godliness, not no wicked, because we ain't stupid. Yes, Deacon.
Yeah, can I plead the fifth for the Levi? You just make a statement about Levi.
Levi ain't giving up nothing. I know Levi.
No, we're not like that, not at all.
I know that. That's what I'm saying. I know Levi.
No, we're the most compassion.
Oh, no,
kind.
no, let's stop. Now you're going too far.
That's right, the Levi.
Not Levi. Not the Levites I know. Maybe they're raised in New York. I mean, in America. Not Levi back home. All right, let's go back. So everybody get the gist of that, right? Discretion. Go back to Sirach 26. When you get a chance, read the rest of that history. We got to wrap it up in a second. What time is it now? Give me just a couple more minutes. 26 what? 13? Okay, let's read that again.
Sirach chapter 26, verse 13. The grace of a wife delighteth her husband, and her discretion will fatten his bones.
Give me the word discretion.
The quality of behaving or speaking in such a way as to avoid causing offense or revealing private information.
Discretion is the quality of behaving, and speaking in such a way to avoid causing offense. Sisters, if you know your man, and you know certain things, he just don't like a certain way, discretion will teach you how to speak to him, to avoid causing any offense in an argument. Because at the end of the day, generally, guess what? Y'all end up losing anyway because we the lords of the house. It's going to be our way. We don't give a damn if you like it or not. Why put yourself through it? Why go through it for? Unless he tell you serve another God, then I get it. But if it ain't that, sometimes you got to let it fly. Oh, yes, my Lord. You know why? Because you're going to do it willfully or do it grudgingly, but you're going to do it anyway. Unless you're just going to say, to hell with God in the Bible. So why put yourself through it? Learn the discretion to learn how to avoid to cause an offense, to cause a problem. Why put yourself through that stuff for? And with that, what is said the last part of that? And the fatten what?
It says, the grace of a wife delighteth her husband, and her discretion will fatten his bones.
It's going to make him happy, joyful, that you learn how to avoid arguing with him. Read on.
A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord.
This is what he says. God, if you got a silent and loving, because some women are silent, but they ain't loving. That's why it says in Peter's, get that real quick in Peter's, a meek and quiet spirit. Peter's 3, right? Watch this. Because some women can be silent, but they ain't loving. They silent because but they miserable. They ain't, and their spirit ain't meek and quiet. Read that.
1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 4. But let it be the hidden man of the heart, in that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit.
It's saying, sisters, be adorned with a meek and quiet spirit, meaning internally your mind is right. Your mind is all right. You're meek and quiet in your spirit. It's not verbal. It's how you feel, how you process what's going on. And if he ain't moving right, guess what? There's a God that he has to answer to. Sometimes you women be coming and bringing all your dirty laundry to leadership, and I'm like, wow, do you know now we know that forever? And a lot of times, it ain't about fixing, it's to shame him. That's all it's about, shaming him, because what are we going to do? We're going to get a belt. We're going to spank him? No. Y'all just be fuming your shame. We'd be like, wow, you sure you wanted to tell? Well, I know that now forever now. Yo, he don't wash his balls. You know when I hear that, You know what I think when I hear sisters say something like that? I'm like, then wash it for him. Those are your balls. Take care of them. I'm looking at you. Why don't you wash them? If it's yours, you want to take care of them? You just stand like You complain to me about his balls. What am I supposed to? Am I supposed to wash his balls? What are you telling me for? You think this is? You think this is Mississippi? Oh, that was mean. That was mean. That was mean. That was mean. But it was funny anyway. I talk about the dogs. That was me. Oh, that's Arkansas. Oh, my bad. I'm bad, Mississippi. That's Arkansas. That's right. Correction. Damn. You should have took that for Arkansas. You wasn't charitable. You should have just took it. Whatever. That's Arkansas. Arkansas. I'm joking. Those are your balls, ladies. Now let's go back. That was mean. Damn, that was mean. Let's go back. Where we at?
Sirach chapter 26, verse 14. A silent and loving woman is the gift of the Lord, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed.
A silent and loving wife is a gift from God, and there's nothing more worth as a mind that's well instructed, that knows how to deal. Read on.
A shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace, and her continent mind cannot be valued.
Look up the word continent. Continent. Her continent mind cannot be valued. Watch this. Able to control movements, not of bowels and bladders. Verse 2. 2. Exercising self-restraint. A continent mind. She can exercise. She has control of her thoughts, how to move, how to navigate. It says a continent what?
It says, and her continent mind cannot be valued.
And there's no value on a woman that can, to us, there's no value. You're irreplaceable to us when you have discretion, grace, a continent mind. There's no woman like you. You're very rare. You're that rare woman that's out there that we're going to take care of, that we want. These are the attributes that we're looking for. Drop that real quick. Let's go from that back to Proverbs 31. Verse 10.
Proverbs 31, verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies.
Look what the king's mother was telling him. Who can find a virtuous woman? Because her price is above rubies. You know what that's trying to say? You're invaluable to have a woman like this. Read on.
The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil.
His heart does safely trust in her, for he have no need of spoil. So watch this. A virtuous woman. Hold this. We're going to come right here. Go to Proverbs 12, verse 4.
Proverbs chapter 12, verse 4. A virtuous woman is a crown to her husband, but she that maketh ashamed is as rottenness in his bones.
You know why you're a crown to your husband? A crown is something that's seen on a man's head, right? That's seen to let him know that, okay, he's a king. It says, a virtuous woman, it's going to make us look good amongst other men. They're going to know, oh, he got a wife with discretion, how she carry herself. You make us look good. Hey, sisters, if you make us look good, we're going to make you look good. We're going to take care of you. We're going to you're going to be precious to us. It can't be fake. Don't try to make us look good when people come around. You got to act like that all the time. Because many times sisters put on that show. Leadership come around. They're like, my Lord, yes, my Lord, how can I attend to you? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like, that's not who you are. And here's the thing, sisters. Many times you all be giving each other exhortation or compliments. Sister, you got just that. Let me show you something in Proverbs real quick. We're going to come back and deal with this a second. Go to Proverbs 31. I'm going to go further in the chapter. Watch this. Proverbs 31, verse. I want you to read verse 28.
Proverbs 31, verse 28. Her children arise up and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praiseth her.
He praises her what? Because of all her attributes in this chapter, right? Now watch this. Jump on down to verse 30.
Favor is deceitful, and beauty is vain. But a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised.
So now, but it comes back and says, favor is deceitful, and beauty is vain. Why is it saying favor? Favor is where, guess what? You get praise. Why is favor deceitful and beauty is vain? Anybody know? Why does it say that in the chapter? Right there.
Shalom, leadership, because it fades.
No. Favor is deceitful. Here's the point. Oh, go ahead. Let me hear you.
Like in Peter, it can be an outward adorning, but inside they'll be messed up.
Very good, very good. Because people might see her and praise her. But the praise is supposed to come from where? Her children and her husband. Because they see what they really got. People from the outside, you put the head covering, lipstick on, look good or whatever. Shalom. They're like, oh, she's got a... No. But at home, that's not who she is. It's not who she is. It's deceitful because in their mind, they think they're doing right. But at home, they ain't moving like that. The praise is her husband. Read the verse before that, children. Verse 28.
Her children arise up and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praiseth her.
And he praiseth her. So when it comes back and says favor is deceitful and beauty is vain, it's because the favor, it's not real. And it deceives them, making them think they got their stuff together. Because somebody's from the outside looking in. Your praise comes from your Lord. From your children calling you blessed. Not from nobody out there. To hell with anybody, to hell with any other sister think about you, any brother is what your husband thinks about you. Is what your children think about you. That's where your praise is at. That's where your honor. All that other stuff don't mean nothing if it ain't coming from your Lord. Because your desires to him, and he shall rule over you. So don't get fooled. He's like, oh, sister, you got your stuff together. Nah. Then you go home with your husband, you ain't right with him. No. All that is fugazi. Let's go back in the chapter. Where did we leave off again? Verse 11, 31:11.
The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil.
Goes for that, Sirach 26, 17, or 16.
Sirach chapter 26, verse 16. As the sun when it ariseth in the high heaven, so is the beauty of a good wife in the ordering of her house.
You sisters are married. This years ago, there was a brother. He got married to a woman, and it was a feast day at my house. And they asked her to boil corn, and she said she didn't know how to do it. And in my mind, I said, how the hell did you learn rod before you learned corn? That you hadn't had corn throughout your life growing up. How did you become an expert in rod and you bypass corn? You didn't have corn. Everybody eat corn. You don't know how to boil corn? There's no, but she wasn't being funny. She didn't know that you had, I'm laughing now, but she didn't know you just put water in a pot and you turn it on and it's going to boil and then you just drop it in there. She didn't understand that. I'm like, what kind of mother are you going to be? What kind of wife? You tell me it's Long John Silver's for dinner and McDonald's? That you don't know how to order a house. Feeding your kids nothing but junk all the time. Feeding your husband. Hey, sisters, it is in your best interest that you make sure your husband gets the right food, even if you don't want it. You get online, learn new recipes, things that make it taste good, because you need him as his optimal, because he needs to bring home the dough to pay the bills. So you want to make sure he's healthy as possible. I don't like kale. Make it taste like collard greens. Season that thing, low sodium. Y'all be coming home, be giving salt, and then be complaining, and you have a stroke and an aneurysm. I mean, sometimes say, y'all trying to kill these niggas. Y'all trying to kill these people. You gonna give all this salt and then complain. I'm like, oh man, this is a setup. Y'all trying to kill him. You want him healthy. You need him healthy so his rod can work for you. Don't y'all want that? Go get the money. Bring it home. No, it's not fried chicken. We're going to get an air fryer. Read that verse again.
As the sun when it ariseth in the high heaven, so is the beauty of a good wife in the ordering of her house.
A good wife knows how to order her house. That's Proverbs 31. Read on.
As the clear light is upon the holy candlestick, so is the beauty of a face in ripe age.
You understand that? A wife that knows how to order her house right, when she gets old, your beauty doesn't change for us. We still, Bishop said that last week, right? We still see you when you was 21. Because all the memories we have are good. She took care of me. She made sure everything was done right. She was right there, man. She got everything. You get old, we ain't going nowhere. To lose you for what? Make yourself so invaluable that it's like, you sure you want to take that risk? If you feel like you could find better, go ahead, Negro, gamble. Trust me, we ain't stupid. I always think about this in my mind, and it's maybe on a simpler level. Who is the dude to come behind Malcolm X and try to get Betty Shabazz? You're always going to be like, you can never be that guy. You come behind, what are you going to do? They'll always be talking about, yeah, Malcolm was, you know what, nobody want, who's come behind Malcolm? You want to leave your etch as far as a man that, ain't no man can, after me, who, Jesus? Ain't nobody else? And for you women, like, you don't want to lose everything. She was everything. So in that ripe age, your beauty doesn't change to us. That's why Tobit said, give me that Tobit, that we may become eight, Tobit 8. 8 and 7.
Tobit chapter 8, verse 7. And now, O Lord, I take not this my sister for lust, but uprightly. Therefore, mercifully ordained that we may become aged together.
So it's not all about lust. It ain't all about sex, even though sex is a big part of it. But, when you order the house of right and you start to age, your beauty is still there to us. We see the value in what you have to bring to the table, what you brought to the table consistently over the years. Watch this. Drop that. Go to Proverbs 31 again. Verse 12.
Proverbs 31, verse 12. She would do him good and not evil all the days of her life.
A good wife is going to do what?
She would do him good and not evil all the days of her life.
She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. Matthew 10:36. She would do him good and not evil.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 36. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household.
He already told you, sometime your foe or your enemy is going to be in your house. She would do it. You got women out here that's trying to get their husband thrown in prison. Damn, you're evil. You're the enemy. You're the foe. That righteous woman, listen to me. How many sisters be calling cops on your husband on BS? If your wife ever called the cops on you, meaning if you're trying to murder, that's something different, whatever. Lock him up. But if it's some argument and you're trying to use the policeman, please, I will never rest my head down in that house again. I'll never trust you. Never trust your enemies. As iron rusts, so is his wickedness. And I ain't talking about Esau. That's talking about Israel. Go back and read it. Even though it is two-pole, the way it's the devil, the red man. But the point is, hell no. You gonna call the police and possibly have him put to death? take the source that's maintaining the family out the house, you're an enemy to your own self. You crazy. You hate him. Let's go back.
Proverbs 31, verse 12. She would do him good and not evil all the days of her life. She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hands.
What word I want out there? She worketh willingly. I'm sorry to tell you, and it's not for all of you, but many of this generation of women, y'all lost that. You don't have a willing spirit to want to know how to work. I'm talking about in the house, how to be a wife, a mother. There was a generation of women that your worth was when you wanted a man, at least men back then, this generation of men are simps anyway. But, damn, that's messed up, but it is. It was. That what men look for in women, she would invite him to her house to meet her parents. She would cook. She would do her own hair. She would sew. And her parents there, and he would come and sit down and eat the food. And like, who made this? I made that. Nice dress. Who said I sewed that? You know, in the man's mind, she could feed me. She can sew my clothes if I need it done. She tends to her children, to her little brothers and sisters. She'll make a wife. The other ones would be the kept women that we just sleep with, but ain't claiming them. But that one is the one he brought home the money to. That's the one he left everything to. Women understood that at one time, that she had to have some type of worth to him. Men today's expectation has dropped so much, all you care about if she got Instagram views or whatever y'all do this generation. If she could sex, that's it. And that's why it never works. When you work willingly with your hand, sidebar, I'm telling you how I think, and I'm hoping you brothers think like this. I look online, when I see sisters on social media all day, especially married one, I'm like, yo, you are worthless. You ain't worth. There's no way you maintain that house and you on social media all flipping. It is impossible. And you men got little aspirations for her. That baby is chafe because it got that same pee diaper on from morning and it's 12 in the afternoon. You're worthless. I'm telling you, I've seen some video, and I'm like, it's impossible. How can you be on Clubhouse for 13 hours? Impossible. Now, if you listen to it, it's one thing. But you want to engage in, I'm like, don't they got babies? There's no dishes to wash? That man come through the door and the house is trash. He's discouraged. He's like, oh, damn. Yo, that sock has been sitting there for 3 days in that same corner. You didn't even move it. Fake it and go like this. So I think it's a new sock. Shit, it's the same sock. Then you wonder why he be hardened. No. Can I get my nails done? Hell no. Why are you talking like that? You're just a lion. Yeah. Read on. Watch this. She worked willingly, right?
Right.
Okay, let's wrap this up. 2 more scriptures. 1 Timothy 5. 5, verse 11.
1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 11. But the younger widows refuse, for when they have begun to wax wanton against Christ, they will marry.
Right, this is younger widows. When they burning, they're going to marry. Read on.
Having damnation, because they have cast off their first faith.
Read on.
And withal, they learn to be idle.
These young women learn to, point out what the young women learn to be idle. Where did they learn to be idle from? The elder women didn't teach them. That's what happened in this generation. This elder woman did not teach the younger women in this generation how to maintain a man. Why? Because they was at the club dancing to Tupac and Biggie and getting tattoos on the lower of their back. Now they got daughters, and their daughters are ratchet. I was watching them all on Beale Street last night. I saw young girls on Beale Street. The girl could have been 18 years old. Breasts was falling out, drunk, laid in the street. I'm like, as Bishop said, who raised you? Yo, I'm like, man, and there's nothing but grown old hardened-ass Negroes out there. Why are you on the street these out? Man, the elder women did not teach you. They failed them. Learn to be what?
And withal, they learn to be idle, wandering about from house to house. And not only idle, but tattlers also and busybodies, speaking things which they ought not.
Read on.
I will therefore that the younger woman marry, bear children, guide the house, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully.
Right. Give none occasion for the adversary to speak reproachfully. That's why they talk about us the way we do. This young woman, a lot of these young girls, not y'all, because y'all come to the truth. These young girls don't have nothing to offer but body. That's it. Outside of that, they don't have no skills. They don't have the mental capability to meet you on a level where you two can converse and build a friendship. And a lot of you guys is brain, not you, but these young people is brain dead. And this is what you're looking for? That's why it don't last. You'll get them, but you can't keep them. Can't keep them. Idle. It says her hand was willing to want to work, willing to help build. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession. They're building together, building a family. So God said he's seeking godly seed. We got to break that generational curse. I'm telling you. Watch this. 1 Timothy 5.
We were at verse 14.
No, I want. What's again? This is 2 Timothy 5. Keep us at home. That's Titus. Titus. I'm sorry. Titus. Titus 2.
Titus chapter 2.
Start with verse 1.
Verse 1. But speak thou the things which become sound doctrine, that the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, in charity, in patience. The aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things.
These aged women are supposed to be teachers of good things.
That they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of God be not blasphemed.
That the word of God be not blasphemed. That the word of God be not blasphemed. Watch this. Watch this. Go to 1 Timothy's 6, verse 1.
1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 1. Let as many servants as are under the yoke count their own masters worthy of all honor, that the name of God and his doctrine be not blasphemed.
And that's the same thing. The servants, meaning you women were made for our sakes, to be helpmeets to us. Don't take that lightly, that the name of God be not blasphemed, because that was the purpose you were here for. And next week, man, we're going to talk about you, life last. Let's go back. I want verse 4.
Titus 2, verse 4, right?
2-4, yeah.
That they may teach the young woman to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of God be not blasphemed.
And this is what the elder women were supposed to teach the younger woman. They were supposed to teach them these characteristics. These are the building blocks of us building back a nation. Like Ephesians 5, these are the first principles or the mysteries of the church, I should say. You want to build a church, you want to build a nation, we must first have a husband and wife that are on one accord with the man in the lead. That's how we're going to fix this right now. We want to fix our ills in our community. You sisters have to fall in line with that. Now, if you don't like these scriptures and you heard it, then you got to reconcile yourself that you don't love God. And if you brothers don't command this in your house, then you're a simp. And you're not worthy of this mission. Go to Christian church and bang a tambourine, you know. All right, so with that, we're going to stop today. I hope the class was edifying, that you received something from it.
screamed black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.